Hello everyone, welcome back to my survival let's play, which I've named The Kingdom. And I have to say that because there are people that are new to the channel and they don't know what this is. They don't realise that I have a let's play, they think it's a custom map. I feel sorry for that. If anyone has a suggestion of how I should edit the title of the videos to reflect that it's a let's play, a suggestion would be nice. At the moment I can't think of how to do that. So anyway, we were working on an ice farm last time and we made this small one which is inside of this bit now, and I've done a bit of work since then so that the pistons, there's even more of them, and it's going to be about 50 that way and 50 that way. So it's going to do just under 40 stacks of ice a go. Whoa, look at the lag. And it says quite a lot of pistons that go at once, and this is designed so that what I'm going to do is have these blocks that I've placed in the middle all on pistons. When I let out the water, these pistons will be retracted. It'll make a massive source block, ginormous source block, and then I'll put the pistons back up so the water stops flowing into there. You won't need it anymore because it will be source blocks. And then I'll raise these blocks up in the middle separately so that it will freeze faster. What do I mean by that? It means that every block here, these will end stone because they're hard to mine and they're also hard with a shovel, so hopefully you won't break them. And basically every block here will have a ice blocks adjacent to it, so ice melts faster, freezes faster if you say that's your single block, and if you have these ice blocks around it will freeze. Ice will only freeze with a solid block adjacent to it. So if you had just a pool of water, say like so, if there was water in that, then it will not freeze. This block in the middle will not freeze, but the outside ones will because they've got a block next to it. If you put a block in the middle, then it doesn't really matter for this design. But if you had a larger one like this one over here, then you have the whole middle would never freeze until the outside are frozen and then move in gradually, and eventually it will finish freezing. So this design is actually the one that JL came up with a while ago, and I've customized it for my own needs using redstone extenders along the sides. I'll show you that now. And what I'm going to do is extend that one another 12 or 14 or something, so I get 50 by 50. I think it's going to be 48 actually. And then I'm going to wire up the redstone for the pistons in the middle, which I'm going to put in. So all these go along. Last time I had it so that all the pistons would move at once, and I can still do that with this size, but I'm thinking I might want a wave effect, so that, excuse the pun, but so that the pistons go up in stages, which is just the default stage of this without putting extra delays in. So each of these come to the redstone extenders, which I came up with on this. I've had problems with people not being able to do this before, but I put this in and it works really well. And it just means that normally when you loop redstone along, you either miss one of the pistons or dispensers because you can't power it, or you have the redstone signal going backwards. And this is what I came up with, and it works really well. It just extends the signal and doesn't stop powering any of the pistons, all on the same delay if you want, and it goes into the end. So I've got to do that for the other side as well, and then I'll wire up the pistons in the middle, and then I'll get back to you guys. Okay, so the idea of this was that as I can put it into different modes, I want to have it so that I can either have the extra fast freezers popping up and down, or I can leave it as one sheet of ice. And this is meant to be because this ice farm was meant to be sort of a hidden one, not a main feature. I want the main feature to be the arena at spawn, so I can do it that way if I don't want to farm it. It will just be slower, but it will all freeze over eventually to one big lake, and then you'll only see a line around the outside. I might cover that with something or change the material up, but I don't know. Anyway, I've made this big enough now, so it's the right size, and I've put in all the holes and mined out the hole underneath, about 2 or 3 double chests worth of stuff. And all these holes are the right spacing, And now I've got to go through every single one of these holes and put down a light source, because I'm going to have so much wiring underneath. Most people do this actually. Because I could have redstone repeaters coming to these blocks and then power moving on from these blocks being powered, then it would be nice crisscross pattern across the edge, and there won't really be much space for lighting. But you should really light it up, because otherwise you get mobs under here. And at spawn I'm not really bothered, but I'd rather creepers not explode underneath me when I'm harvesting the ice. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go through every single one and do that. So it goes pumpkin, piston, and then I'll put the endstone back on top. But for the moment, just so I can see it, I'm going to leave the endstone off and to make sure it works first. So I'll be back with you when that's all done. Okay, so the redstone's all finished completely. I haven't given it a test run yet though. I set these up as two different things here, because I either want it on a flat ice mode or a harvesting mode, and that's such, so I don't want them connected together with time or anything. I don't need to make it that complicated. I did move this line of redstone for these pistons here, a bit of lag there, very slightly, just to allow it to stop activating all of these when these move. So first test, I went and broke all the ice blocks that are underneath, so this should work, and as long as none of them have frozen by the time I've done that. Now, I did already check the pistons on their own without water, and the amount of lag for them is hilarious, and the chunk updating in 1.4 is ridiculously bad. So that's almost the edge now. We just block that off, and it's already started to freeze over. So we'll just switch that one, and this should be fun. Almost all of that is just the chunk loading. They should have a nice pattern to them, but the game just can't load them fast enough. It's quite a lot of pistons, and I think I will show you the underneath of this. As you can see, it's already freezing over quite quickly. I will see how much is frozen over by the time that I come back up. Ooh, there's a hole. Yeah, we'll see how much is frozen by the time I come back up after looking at the redstone. Give you a rough idea of how long it's going to take. I don't know, I haven't seen it on action yet. So all these do is, along this whole line, this line here is different, and the end line is different over there. But along the middle, basically, you get the redstone, and we'll go right to the beginning of this actually. And it's quite annoying to run through them, which I had to do rather a lot, checking that they're all there and all that. So I've got this redstone going up to the lever, the second one, and basically it goes up each one, powers the pumpkin, powers the piston, powers the block next to it as well. It would also power this one here, so you could bring that one that way, but this one gets done by that one. It keeps passing on the pulse on a diagonal each way, so each diagonal has power from the end, so therefore they'll get lit up basically. But on this side, I just made this side a little bit longer, so that each one on the left then just powers the next row, which doesn't have an end basically. So this one here would then just do that one, and then that one would in turn keep going along the line. So this makes it a little bit easier. And you'll see the little different delays on them. As you see on over here, the ones over there should be a shorter delay than these ones over here. And then as you move that way, they should be going slower, because they've all got these stacking delays each time. But you can't even see the effect on this because of the chunk loading. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of ice, and I do think I would like to wait for it all to freeze and do a harvest to get an accurate amount from this farm. As you can see, it's about half done already, I guess. That's very nice, very nice. It's a nice thing to have. I did want to make a super AFK farm, but I might make a tutorial on it. It's designed by Woodby, and I might do a tutorial on how to do that design, because that's a really nice, completely AFK one. It's a lot slower than this, but it's completely AFK. And I was thinking of doing that as well in this world, but looking at how much this is going to produce, roughly 38 stacks or so, my guess was, I don't think I need an AFK one. This is just, it's going to be a couple more minutes probably, and then it'll be done. So I don't have any good silk touches left, I don't think. I think I've pretty much used all of them. And at the moment I have some sort of a graveyard of diamond pickaxes and diamond shovels, because I'm just using them up too much. See, there's even more in here ready to go back in the maybe to fix pile in that chest. I did fix a ton of them last time, but I used them already. But I think I'm going to take a little break from this one, and I'm going to go test some power strip mining and see if we can get some more diamonds. And this used a ridiculous amount of pistons and repeaters and redstone. I will admit I was shocked how many sticky pistons I had after ripping down the Enderman farm and putting a new one in without sticky pistons. I had quite a lot of sticky pistons left over from that, a good, I don't know, 6 or 8 stacks or so. But in all, I think I had about 20 stacks of sticky pistons. So yeah, I even used up almost all my repeaters. I'm down to my last half a stack or so, which isn't very many. So I'm going to set up a beacon somewhere down at the floor, and I'm going to give you a little show of how to do effective strip mining, and then we get a little demonstration of how it works. And then I'll see, lots of hands, how much I'm going to get from that sort of size of farming. So, back in a bit. So after an interlude of doing more enchanting, I've got some silk touch shovels, 3 of them. I've had some trouble combining some of these pickaxes actually. They won't go up to efficiency 5 for me, but I made a couple more and re-enchanted a load of others. So I should be good for harvesting ice at the end, I think. And these ones here I don't think I'm going to fix up. I'm just going to wait to see if I can combine one to efficiency 5. So I'm going to go set up a mining grid. I don't know where yet. And set down a beacon, and then I'll get back to you. Here's a fun fact for you. Spiders, when they're in the daytime, they're not aggressive. Not many people know that. So if spiders in the overworld at daytime, they're no harm at all. I wish they made spider webs and things though. That'd be quite cool. They're only aggressive if you attack them. So that's a fun thing. I was just waiting to go down there, and yeah, the spider came along, and I remembered. Anyway, I've sighted off this little tunnel, and I want to put some glowstone or glowstone lamps in here or something. I want to make this a proper nice branch mine, because I've never actually had one, because normally they're quite slow, but with the beacons they're hilariously fast, absolutely hilariously fast. So just go down here. If I might make a speed route down so I can just fall off the ladder, or a waterfall, so I can just fall down and go into a water stopper. But I decided off a little bit here, so I'm going to continue once I've got some branches set up and the beacon up, and I'll probably get the waterfall thing as well. So I'll continue in a sec. Well, I've spent maybe a bit more time on the front of this branch mine that I expected to do. I've said before, I get kind of caught up with things sometimes and just like to make things a little bit more pretty. But the ice farm is ready to farm. It was ready to farm absolutely ages ago. We'll do that before we finish today. But to show you what I've done so far down here, I set up 4 beacons. There's also a waterfall down there, and also a waterfall down here, because I wanted to have them in the middle, but then they weren't symmetrical. So I used another whole load of iron so that I can make them non-symmetrical. Well, symmetrical now. So that comes down the middle, and this uses more iron because obviously these are all maximum tier triangles on top of each other. And if I just break it out, now they're all maximum tier ones. So basically it's more iron than you need to have them all 4 close together, but it looks so much better. And why can't I jump out of here? I got jump 2, haven't I? Why haven't I got jump 2? What is this sorcery? Hang on 1 second. I've got haste 2 in that one. Oh, I've got... Oh, really? Is that... Okay, I need to reset that one. Let me do that for a sec. and I'll see what I've been doing. So I basically cleared out the area, and there's some diamonds that are sitting here, and was just lining up the ores to work out how I'm going to do a storage system, because I want whole walls of chests for cobble, smooth stone, and all the other ores. And I didn't know this, but this is the spawn chunks, and weirdly I haven't been over this way before, it seems, and it goes into extreme hills. But when I generated this world, emeralds weren't in the game, not at all. And then only recently they changed emeralds so that instead of spawning in like 1s, they spawn in up to 8s or so. And I went down this bit to start off the branch mine, sort of figure out where I want it, and I found a pocket of 8, and I just mined in here because I saw 1 emerald, and I found another pocket of 8 or something. So yeah, that's really weird. I haven't been down here, so it hasn't been generated or something, I don't know. Anyway, I dug behind here and found more diamonds, so I thought, screw it, I'm gonna record what I've done so far because I'm getting too many diamonds. I do need to change this one to a jump 2. I don't know why that wasn't jump 2. Wait for that to pop on. There we are, that's better. Otherwise I couldn't jump out the hole. So that's nice. So I've got a 40 radius on the haze 2 basically. So to start off with, I wanted this area just to be a jumping around crazy place, like I like all my places. Not really, the beacons here aren't really for mining, but I can use them up to where I've got it here. Basically the haze 2 reaches up to here, so I can do branches all the way along here, up and down, just out of these initial ones. And I want this branch mine to be rather large. I expect to do lots of work here, and I am begging for suggestions of how to furnish this, how to arrange storage and things, because I haven't got a clue. I really haven't. I don't do this sort of thing normally. I've never really actually built a branch mine. But anyway, this was the lava pool that was there, and I started filling it in, and then I thought, well, if I'm cooking up loads of things, instead of using coal, I can use buckets of lava. So I was going to bucket all them up. I've got a whole load of buckets wherever they've gone. Might be over here. I've just brought in stuff and just left it here. Nothing in that one. This one, yep, a whole load of buckets, so I can probably bucket up most of the lava and just have a wall of lava chests, which would be really cool. But I want to order the different ores, so I've got these ones, then I've also got smooth stone, cobble before that, 1.4 glitches, and 1.4 lag. And then, so I'm sort of ranking it in importance. Now some of the ones I need more chests for, and then I've got diamond at the end. I'm going to get this diamond now that I'm recording. Don't know how many there is. 3? Just 3? 3's okay. I'll light that up. So I've got, anyway, diamond, redstone, emerald, lapis, iron, coal, smooth stone, cobble, and soil. That's how I want to rank them, I think. Oh, I forgot gravel, didn't I? Gravel can go there. Awesome. So I need a whole wall of smooth stone probably, because I'll probably be using the silk touches. I've already used more than half of this one just by digging this stuff out and doing some things. So yeah, I've been doing quite a lot of stuff. So yeah, I need loads and loads of this, because as I was using a silk touch, then I'm going to have a huge amount of smooth stone, which is lovely. So I probably need a gigantic way of storing that. I have no idea how to lay it out or anything. I'm just going to grab these ones here as well. There's 4 here. Lovely. So yeah, I'm going to look at the time for today actually. I actually wanted to do a couple of branches. I might do a branch or something to start off with, but I'd love some suggestions of what to do here. And I think I'm going to check the time now, and we might have time then to harvest the ice farm and have a look at that. And I'm really lagging really badly today. So anyway, back in a second. Okay, so we have got some more time today. I was told by quite a lot of people and other YouTubers to do shorter episodes, so I'm giving that a go, and if you like that, do tell me. So what I'd noticed was that I missed out gold. Shocker. I went and mined some gold and put it in. I also took out a whole load of this lava while I was looking at the footage and editing it. So I started off this row, and what I actually want is, when I've decided on how to store the stuff in the middle, this room could be actually rather large. I don't know where it's going to end up. This is the lowest floor level I can have, because these maximum size beacons are sitting on the second bedrock layer. So to have a maximum one of that, I can't actually go any lower, and the beacons are actually on this level. It's not something covering it. So this is the lowest I could have it to the floor. I could have the beacons higher, but I'd rather have them down here. I like to see the light. And what I want to do is, once I've figured out how big I want this room, how much storage I need, because I'm going to need a lot of storage, I went and did one. I basically just dug that way until the effects ran off, and I got all of that just from one go down there. And that was the one that would also uncovered all the diamond things that I got there, so it would have been quite a nice one, just for a couple of seconds worth. So I'll show you that in a minute, how fast it is. But what I want to do is have the main chamber with all storage, and then I would have doors. So I would want to put some of my mini sand doors that I've got in, same as my portal room, around the edge, so that I could just pick ways to go and then go down the branches. So I'd need a branch going that way, which would then cover all that side. I'd then have another one this side, going all that side, and then I'd have a long corridor going down that way, and then I'd have beacon stations every now and then for speed and haste, at least. And I've got so many skulls that I could have a 4 one of these every 80 blocks that way, and then cover everything for a 40 radius around the sides. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But anyway, I'll just show you how quick this is. It is on haste 2 with all the other boosts, and I'll just go down this one, and I'll just keep going. Actually, I'll bank this stuff first, and I'll just keep going until these potion effects wear off. And let's just see, so I've got nothing on me at the moment of ores, and this is just sheer luck basically, but that's how fast you mine. A little bit slower because some gold came along, and got to get the right technique so that, oh, I think I saw some, oh, no, not diamonds. And I will say something, when you do this, they're still on, when you do this, lighting up is good. I would probably just block them off after I've done them, so you don't actually need to light them up, but I need to light them up for you lot. Saying that, I did bring some, I brought a huge amount of stuff down with me, and one of the things I brought down was, let me find it, now that one's not a chest. There we are, night vision. Now this should be really good for you guys, and would mean I don't need to do the torches. Hopefully it's not too bright. So here we go, whizzy whizzy whizzy. I'll pick up the extra stuff afterwards. I just want to mine this out to see how far I can go. And I will be, when I'm doing the proper mining, I'll be using fire resistance all the time, because at any instance I can just randomly go into a lava pool. Okay, so I came this far, and that looks okay to me. I will just put some torches here, and we'll just grab these ores that are revealed and nothing else, just to give a clear representation. And the really important thing of branch mining is you can't get too distracted. Now if you reveal things like this, then it's fine, but if you keep mining and keep mining, if you keep doing this, keep doing this, keep doing this, then you'll start going into where your other branch mines would be. So when you come to mine them, then you'll give yourself a really hard time, because there'll be holes everywhere, you'll get confused and everything else, and it doesn't work out. So I'm just going to block this back up. Normally if I break into another mine, well, I haven't done any proper branch mining, but when I have done a couple of little ones, when I find that if you break into another branch of your mine, then it's best just to cover it up, just so it doesn't distract you or confuse you when you do the next one. So doing this is fine, because all the ones around here, generally that block there, if there's a good item there, then it will spread to that one as well. If it's in like a cluster of coal or cluster of diamond or something, then generally you'll see it. So that's why we don't uncover every single block. But I think that's about it for this row, is it? Oh, there's some coal here. Quite a lot of coal. So here I will just mine this one because I know on the next strip mine that it will uncover that block there. So if there is something there, I'll get it next time. There's no reason to do it now. I won't bother about that bit there. Bit of redstone. I'm going far slower than I normally would if I was doing this without you guys, because the faster you can do it and the more effective it is. It's not all about getting every single ore, it's just about getting as many as you can in as short a time as possible, because there's not really a limit on space. So just out of that we got 17 redstone and a couple other bits, half a stack of coal. So it's pretty nice, and I wouldn't branch mine if it wasn't for the haste 2. It's just insane how fast it is to mine with haste 2. Really makes it fun. I'm glad they put it in. So now I think I'm going to pause and we're going to go harvest the ice farm. Okay, so it's all frozen over. It was a while ago. And I'm going to retract the pistons now. Wait for the lag to catch up. And then we're going to catch it all. So I've got a separate double chest here. And I'm probably going to speed this up a bit. And I don't know what the most effective way of doing this is, but I'm going to go for something like this and speed it up, hopefully. So, I'll see you when it's done. Okay, so my calculations are a bit out, I guess. I didn't quite give enough credit to how many of these pop up. So, look at the lag. 1,841. Just under 29 stacks of ice in one harvest. I think that's pretty good. I can deal with that. I can't deal with this lag though. There we go. So yeah, I think that's definitely a success. I don't think I need an AFK one, but I think I will probably do a video on the AFK one sometime. Anyway, I think that's the end for today. Still waiting for some more questions, I guess, if anyone wants to ask any for the end of my videos. And I do need to next time go make start making my donated village in my end, which is got to be a massive desert village in the end with my villagers and a breeding system and stuff. And I have got one donator, so I can go start making the village there. It'd be quite nice. And I think that's it for today, which has come up. I'm not going to get tired of that. And that's it for today, guys, and I'll see you next time.